You are 6 years old the first time you learn that the outside world wants to eat you. Not literally. That would almost be easier. Literally means teeth. Your world is more creative than teeth. It tells you the outside world has music that poisons thoughts, books that open holes in the soul, neighbors who smile because they are secretly empty, teachers who want to steal children one question at a time. You believe this because you are 6. At 6, adults are weather. You do not argue with weather. You stand where it tells you to stand. You wear what it tells you to wear. You lower your eyes when Elder Vale walks past. Everyone lowers their eyes when Elder Vale walks past. Even your father, especially your father. And when a whole room of adults becomes smaller around one man, a child learns quickly. Power does not need to shout. Sometimes power smiles softly and says, "We only want to protect you." That is how your life begins. Protected from friends, protected from school, protected from birthdays, cartoons, internet, questions, mirrors, jokes, and the dangerous crime of wanting anything by yourself. You are not raised to be happy. You are raised to be safe. And in your community, safe means obedient. Your family lives in a place called the Hollow. That is not its official name. Officially, it is the sanctuary. Children call it the Hollow because children are better at naming things than adults. There are 12 houses, 1 meeting hall, 1 garden, 1 locked office, and 1 road leading out. You are told the road is dangerous. You are also told not to stare at it. So of course you stare at it constantly. Your mother Mara bakes bread every morning with sleeves rolled to her elbows. She hums songs with no words because words can be inspected. Your father Jonah repairs fences, carries boxes, and says "Yes, Elder," with the exhausted voice of a man who once knew other sentences. Your little sister Lena believes everything. She believes the sky is brighter inside the Hollow. She believes outsiders can smell disobedience. She believes Elder Vale hears lies before people speak them. You believe it too, mostly. Belief is easier when everyone you love is doing it at the same time. Every morning, the families gather in the hall. The adults sit straight. The children sit straighter. Elder Vale stands at the front in a long dark coat. He does not look angry. That is what makes him frightening. Angry men can make mistakes. Calm men make rules. The first rule is simple. The outside lies. The second rule is simpler. Your feelings lie too. If you feel sad, that is selfishness. If you feel curious, that is infection. If you feel angry, that is proof the outside has already touched you. The third rule is the one that enters your bones. The group knows you better than you know yourself. At breakfast, your father asks what you dreamed, not because he is interested, because dreams can reveal contamination. At lunch, your mother asks who you spoke to, not because she is jealous, because private friendship is called secrecy. At night, Lena asks if you prayed correctly, not because she wants to hurt you, because children in the Hollow are trained to become little windows. Everyone watches everyone. No one calls it watching, they call it care. That is the genius of the place. It takes ordinary words and hollows them out. Care means surveillance. Love means correction. Family means leverage. Freedom means danger. By 8, you can recite the rules perfectly. By 9, you can recite them while wondering if they are true. That is when the real trouble begins. There is no school bus in the Hollow. There is a schoolroom behind the meeting hall. It smells like chalk, cabbage, and old fear. Sister Ruth teaches reading from approved pages. Approved pages are easy to identify. They never surprise anyone. Math is allowed because numbers obey. History is allowed if it proves the Hollow was always right. Science is allowed until it starts acting suspicious. You learn that cities are sick. Universities are factories for arrogance. Hospitals are useful but spiritually risky. Libraries are the mouth of the outside. This makes libraries sound incredible. You do not say that. Instead, you copy sentences until your wrist hurts. One day, Sister Ruth catches you drawing a map. It is not even a good map. It is a rectangle, 12 boxes, and 1 road. She takes the paper like it might bite her. "Why did you draw the road so large?" she asks. You say, "I didn't." She says, "Your hand did." In the Hollow, even your hand can betray you. That night, your parents are called to the office. You sit at the kitchen table with Lena. She whispers, "Are you infected?" You say no, but you look at your hand, and for the first time, you wonder whose side it is on. Correction is never called punishment. Punishment sounds cruel. Correction sounds like dentistry. Necessary, painful, and somehow your fault. Your correction begins with silence. No one speaks to you for one day. Your mother sets food in front of you without looking at your face. Your father walks past like you are a chair he is disappointed in. Lena cries because she wants to talk to you, but does not want to become contagious. At evening gathering, Elder Vale places a hand on your shoulder. His hand is light. The room becomes heavy. He tells everyone you are brave for confessing confusion. You did not confess. But the room nods. So apparently you did. He says questions are not evil. Then he explains why yours were. That is another talent of the hollow. It agrees with you just long enough to turn you around. After the meeting, your mother hugs you too tightly. She whispers, "Just be careful." Not "you did nothing wrong." Not "I believe you." Just be careful. You learn something important that night. Your parents are not the walls. They are people trapped inside the walls, asking you not to kick too loudly. At 12, you meet an outsider. This is not supposed to happen. The hollow sells vegetables twice a month at a roadside market. Children are allowed to help if they smile gently and speak little. You are carrying tomatoes when a boy your age points at your shoes. He says, "Cool laces." You look down. Your laces are brown and normal. This is the first compliment you have ever received from someone not trying to measure your soul. You say, "Thanks." The word feels illegal. He asks if you go to school nearby. You say you study at home. He says, "Lucky." You almost laugh. Imagine living outside and thinking you understand cages. Before you can answer, your father appears beside you. He does not grab you. He does not yell. He simply stands there. The outside boy looks at him and stops smiling. That night, Elder Vale speaks about wolves wearing friendly faces. Everyone knows he means the boy. You know he also means you, because you smiled back. For weeks, you replay the conversation. Cool laces. 2 words. The outside world has already said more kind things to you than some adults in the hollow. Teenage years arrive like a legal problem. Your body changes before the rules can approve it. Your voice cracks during morning recitation. People laugh politely, then apologize to Elder Vale for laughing. You become taller. You become quieter. You become good at hiding thoughts behind a face that says nothing is happening. This face is useful. Your father has the same one. At 14, you find a magazine page stuck under a crate from the market. It shows a beach, not a sinful beach. Just people standing near water, wearing normal clothes, looking mildly annoyed by sunlight. You stare at it for 10 minutes. No demons appear, no sickness enters your bones, nobody melts. It is just water, sand, and a family eating chips. This is almost disappointing. The outside was supposed to be a monster. Instead, it appears to contain snacks. You hide the page under your mattress. For 3 months, you look at it whenever the hollow feels too small. Then Lena finds it. She does not threaten you. That would be easier. She looks terrified for you. "Caleb," she whispers, "they'll help you if you tell." Help. There is that word again. In the hollow, help always arrives wearing boots. At 15, you are chosen to clean the meeting hall. This is considered an honor. Most honors in the hollow involve chores. You sweep floors, stack chairs, and dust the locked office door. One afternoon, Elder Vale forgets the key inside. Or maybe he does not forget. Years later, you will wonder if some traps look exactly like chances. You open the door. Inside are filing cabinets, donation envelopes, letters from families who left, and a shelf of confiscated things. Phones, books, photographs, a plastic birthday crown, a tiny purple radio. You pick up the radio like it is a holy object from a better religion. It crackles. A song appears. 3 seconds of drums. A woman's voice singing about nothing you understand. Then footsteps. You put it back too quickly. Elder Vale stands in the doorway. He does not look surprised. That is when you understand. The locked office was not locked to keep you out. It was locked to teach you that even locked things belong to him. The next correction is worse because everyone is kind. Your mother brings soup. Your father sits beside you in silence. Lena leaves a folded note under your door that says, "Please come back." No one says prison. No one says brainwashing. No one says fear. They say you are struggling. They say the outside is calling to your pride. They say Elder Vale loves you enough to fight for you. Then he announces your future. You will work in the garden. You will stop market visits. You will spend evenings with older men who can strengthen your spirit. You will not be alone with books, tools, maps, radios, windows, or your own mood. The list is so long, it becomes funny. Apparently you are dangerous with stationery. That night, your father comes to your room. He looks older than yesterday. He says, "Do not make them choose between you and the community." You ask, "Would they?" He does not answer. That pause is your childhood ending. You do not escape like a movie. There is no heroic sprint, no explosion, no chase through cornfields under dramatic moonlight. You escape because Mara forgets to relock the pantry window, or because she leaves it open. You never ask. Some gifts are too painful to inspect. You climb out with a backpack, 3 apples, the beach page, and 12 years of guilt. The road is colder than you expected. Freedom should feel warmer. Instead, it feels like being born late and badly. Every car sounds like judgment. Every porch light looks like an eye. At sunrise, a woman at a gas station asks if you need help. You almost say no. Training is hard to kill. Then you say yes. The word is tiny. It still feels like treason. Police come. A social worker comes. Questions come. Names, dates, addresses, parents, leader, school, medical records. You answer badly. You have been trained your whole life to make truth sound like betrayal. Leaving the hollow does not make you normal. People expect escape to be the ending. Hey, it is not. Escape is the door. Then comes the room. You learn grocery stores are too bright. Restaurants have too many choices. Schools ask for opinions like, opinions are not loaded weapons. Someone says, "What music do you like?" You freeze. You do not know if you like music. You only know it was forbidden. For months, every ordinary thing feels suspicious. Birthday cake, headphones, a library card. A teacher saying, "Good question." That one almost makes you cry. Because in the hollow, questions were treated like sparks near gasoline. Outside, sometimes they are just doors. You miss your mother. You miss your father. You miss Lena so badly it becomes physical. That is the cruelest part. You can escape a place and still love people inside it. You can know they helped trap you and still want them safe. Some nights, you dream you are back in the meeting hall. Not during the frightening parts. That would make sense. You dream of ordinary things. Your mother cutting bread. Your father fixing a loose chair. Lena drawing crooked flowers in the corner of an approved notebook. Then you wake up in a normal room and feel guilty for being free. Freedom is strange that way. People talk about it like a door opening. They do not mention the cold air after. They do not mention how many choices wait outside like unpaid bills. What do you wear? What do you eat? Who do you trust? What do you believe when no one is standing over you with an answer? For most people, those are small questions. For you, they are weather systems. You start with tiny rebellions. You drink coffee even though you hate it. You stop drinking coffee because you realize freedom also means not performing freedom. You buy a shirt because you like the color. Then you return it because liking things still feels suspicious. You sit in a library and touch the spines of books without opening them. That is enough for the first day. The librarian says, "Take your time." No one in the hollow ever meant that sentence literally. Here, somehow she does. So you take your time. So what if you were born into a cult? You would not begin as a rebel. You would begin as a good child. That is what makes it work. You would obey because obedience felt like love. You would doubt because some small part of you refused to die quietly. And if you ever reached the road, you would learn the truth they feared most. The outside world was not perfect. It was confusing, loud, lonely, unfair, and full of people who burned toast, but it was real. And for the first time in your life, real would be enough.